27 and 28. 27, 28. Waiting. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll see. Yeah, 27 is going to be 4, and the next one is going to be 2. So we have 4 and 2. 4 and 2. Dasha, let's start. Let's start with the paragraph A.
Yes, okay. So I was choosing between 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's start with 4 as it's correct one. Many external bodies being held responsible for problems. Okay, so probably this is correct because in the paragraph A there is a description about like lots of organizations which were inside this issue, like governments, regulators, central banks, auditors, and etc. So lots of, except the board of directors of each company were included.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, so you have just named all external bodies, right? External bodies, like governments, regulators, central banks, auditors, right? What about
Yeah.
being held responsible for problems? How was it paraphrased that they were held responsible for problems?
Mhm. Mhm. So the crisis has meant blame,
Uh-huh.
and it has been spread far and wide. And after that, there is the like this description of different parties involved.
Yeah. And you see, we have, so they started searching for explanations, right? Post-mortem is like, usually we have such a collocation as post-mortem fame. It's when like some artists, they only start to be recognized as significant people of the generation after they die, you know? So post-mortem is like after the crisis has already unfolded, you know?
Mhm.
So yeah, so they started searching for explanations, which meant blame has been spread far and wide, right? And how do we understand that this government regulators, central banks, and auditors that they were blamed for?
Because they were all involved, being in the frame.
Yeah, they have all been in the frame. Yeah, they have all been in the frame. Perfect. And we have the frame. So of course it refers to like this blaming, right? Blaming spreading far and wide. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Perfect. That's gonna be about external bodies. External
Mhm.
bodies. Definitely. Definitely. Any questions here, ladies? Okay. Okay, Dasha, let's continue with the next one. You chose the second. Let's read the second first.
Mhm. Is it correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, B. The impact on companies of being subjected to close examination.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so we have here information about like public debate, about effect of the scrutiny.
Scrutiny. Uh-huh.
Yes, has
Okay.
been
So
made
what
the
was
governance of the companies in general an issue of intense public debate.
sorry.
So the pressure, increased pressure on the companies because of that.
Uh-huh. Or the responsibilities of directors. But let's focus on paraphrasing here because there are so many, like practically the whole body, right, about these consequences, about like what happened afterwards. I want you to focus on the paraphrasing because paraphrasing can help you to navigate the text, when, especially when it's so, vague. The description is so vague. The first one is gonna be about Being subjected to close examination. Dasha, how was it paraphrased? Being subjected to close examination, especially
Mm,
close examination.
mhm. So it's also about maybe audit. Actually, the number two I was also considered to the C because audit was mentioned there, like audit commits meeting, like which were longer than the board meeting itself. But here, this paragraph is it's built two is correct for B. Mm, this
Audit, it's a very technical term. Not everybody knows the meaning of this word, and usually they don't use such technical terms for kind of for in,
examination
you know.
for what? Sorry, I didn't hear.
Yeah, like audit, for example. You've mentioned audit, and it can be referred to like close examination. Not everybody knows such a technical term because this term is used right in banking. In banking system is like, but usually it's more it's words on a simpler like
Mm.
side, of their topics.
Fresh.
Mm-hmm.
It's not connected with examination, but it's like kind of
Yeah,
consequences
it's a
of.
consequence. Yeah, it's a consequence because we have more pressure, more responsibility, right? Mm-hmm. I told you about this word at the beginning of our lesson, about this thorough, detailed analysis.
This is like scrutiny.
Yeah, scrutiny, scrutiny.
Oh, scrutiny.
Yeah, scrutiny refers to close examination. And actually, IELTS helped you beforehand, like before the sentence. Take a look. We have that the role of bank directors and management and their widely publicized failures have been extensively picked over and examined in reports, inquiries, and commentaries, right? Like pick something over. It means the same as like sorting through it, like try um like examining it in a very detailed and thorough way. Pick something over, examine something in a detailed way. And this is like this scrutiny. This is a reference to picking over and examining reports, inquiries, like the role of bank directors and management, and their failures. Прям вот разбирать на кусочки, да, то есть разбирать на молекулы и атомы. Это будет как раз таки pick something over. Examine. То есть, видите,
Мгм.
вам немножко помогли чуть-чуть совсем. Вот этот вот экзамен, close examination. И потом вам сказали вот с помощью этой ссылки this scrutiny. Хотели посмотреть, как вы увидите. Увидите вы эту ссылку или нет, да? То есть this scrutiny. Как раз таки это вот это, да? То есть относится вот scrutiny относится к picking, pick over, examine или close examination. Вообще,
Мгм.
scrutinize, something, scrutiny — это очень хорошее слово для вас, оно нередкое, ну, то есть это не такое там, что мы им не воспользуемся. Нет, на самом деле, это очень часто встречающее слово. To examine something very carefully, to discover information. Scrutiny, scrutinize. Очень хорошее слово. Советую всем записать его.
Мгм.
Да, и как раз-таки еще вот одно было слово тоже, the impact. Даже как это было перефразировано? The impact of this close examination
The impact.
on companies.
No.
А?
No. Generation. We see just like significantly increased pressure, responsibilities.
The knock-on effect, right? The knock-on effect.
Мгм.
Knock-on effect — это как эффект домино.
Мгм.
When you knock the first two chips, right, and then like the whole structure starts like crumbling. You know.
Мгм.
So that's it. So like when I like was doing this text, like the first two words helped me a lot. The knock-on effect of the scrutiny, and that's it. Scrutiny, close examination. right? But this scrutiny refers to picking over and examining the impact on, effect of, and that's it.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions here? Okay, let's continue. The next two, please. C and D. Mm-hmm. Okay. Waiting for everybody. Okay. Perfect. 6 and 8. Definitely 6 and 8. Okay. Dasha Zubahina. Let's start with number 6. Let's read it.
So number 6 was paragraph C, and the sentence that helped me is the first one here. Often, board business is developed to committees in order to cope with the workload, which may be more efficient, but can mean that the board as a whole is less involved in fully addressing some of the most important issues.
Perfect.
Um,
Uh-huh.
so the heading itself sounds a risk that not all directors take part in solving major problems.
So let's take a look. Take part in.
The paraphrasing that helped me,
Yep.
less involved.
Yeah, less involved in. Take part in, right? Not all of them. Take part in. Okay, and what about solving major problems?
Solving was paraphrased as addressing, and major problems, some of the most important issues.
Perfect. Some of the most important issues. Okay. Yep. And what about not all directors take part in? Not all of them.
Um, the board as a whole is less involved in fully,
Yeah, as a
like
whole, right?
less involved in fully addressing.
As a whole is less involved
Hmm.
in fully. It also works fully. All of them. Perfect. Perfect. Any questions? Dasha, let's continue.
In paragraph D, I chose the eights heading, a proposal to change the way the board operates. A radical solution, which may work for some very large companies. That's basically what helped me. So that's something they propose.
Mm-hmm. But what is this radical
And
solution?
the rest of the paragraph, it's the radical solution.
Yeah, what kind of?
So it's about creating the professional board
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
whose members will work up to 3 or 4 days a week, supported by their own dedicated staff and advisors.
Yep, that's it. That's it. That's gonna be the proposal, right? To change the way the board operates, to have the professional board. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, sure. But I mean, like the most important, like maybe the most important couple of words here is gonna be about a radicals, like solution, right? A proposal to change. So, like solution usually solves some problems. It changes the status quo, right? That's gonna be it. And the way the board operates,
Hmm.
you have the professional board. You have one more board that is responsible for a completely different task, right? And there are there are some risks to this, right? And there are some problems, but in general, however, it's good. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Because we have more professional and more professional and better informed boards. Any questions here? Okay, let's continue. Let's continue waiting for the next two answers of yours. E, N, and F. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh, nice. Yeah. It's 7A. 7-1. Yeah, 7-1. Mm-hmm. Okay, Zarina, can I please ask you to read the first heading?
Boards not looking far enough ahead.
For my hand.
Uh, such a board to ensure that it didn't not step on the toys of
Yeah.
management.
That's the previous paragraph, right? We need the next one.
Right.
Mhm. They do not look far enough ahead. They don't bother about the future. They're not bothered about the future. Okay, that's Irina.
Так, сейчас. Я перепутала. No long-term matters of strategy,
Yeah.
not focus.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they do not focus, right, sufficiently on longer term matters of strategy. Right. So, you see that we have like far enough. They don't do it far enough. То есть, как бы недостаточно, right? How was it paraphrased, Irina? That not far enough.
Um, not focus
Oh,
sufficiently.
not sufficiently, right? Sufficiently это достаточно, да? То есть недостаточно они это делают. То есть not far enough, not sufficiently, right? Мгм. And what about looking ahead? How was it paraphrased? Looking ahead.
Наперед.
Мгм.
Look forward to plan something in advance.
Мгм. Yeah, but how was it paraphrased in the text? Зарина? Looking ahead.
Я почему-то не вижу.
Longer term, right? Matters.
Good turn.
Yeah. Not short term, but long term. Yeah? То есть про будущее, про будущее. Look ahead, да? То есть про какие-то долгосрочные планы, а не short term financial metrics. Молодцы, отлично. Вопросы здесь есть у кого-нибудь? Давайте следующее. Зарина, пожалуйста, прочитаем heading.
Disputes over financial arrangement regarding senior managers.
Мгм.
Я увидела, что battle between investors, management, and board members are both
Мгм.
behind closer doors.
Yeah. Behind closed door. But how do you understand that, like, for example, that this battle is about financial arrangements regarding senior managers?
Um, it's about senior manager.
Yeah. How was it paraphrased? Where is it?
Um, я подумала, что вот это все это к этому относится.
Да. То есть я хочу просто показать вам, что есть такое, это очень интересное слово, и оно всегда про компенсацию, то есть морального размера. Смотрите, compensate — это не только про make up for something bad happening. На самом деле compensation — то же самое, что зарплата. Очень интересно, что compensation — это на самом деле,
For chef, вот это вот.
вот это compensation for, да?
Мгм.
Да, вот и compensation for — это то же самое, что financial arrangement в данном случае. И вообще у compensation у него есть значение, вот как вот есть compensation, есть remuneration, тоже очень интересное слово, которое было здесь у нас с вами использовано в тексте. Remuneration и compensation. И это по сути, вот они у вас remuneration policies. Это вот слова для как бы зарплаты. То есть про как? Pay. Мгм. И мы понимаем, что это Senior managers, это будет про chief executives, да ведь? Да, it has become a combat zone. Ну, то есть, что такое combat zone? То есть, зона боевых действий, да, где battles are fought. Вы видели это все? Да, у нас есть disputes, battles, да, financial arrangements, compensation, senior managers, chief executives. У вас все слова перефразированы. Вопросы? Мгм. Да, и видите, у нас тут получается такое немножко ощущение возникает, как будто бы только все в начале боди, да, как будто бы все хединги у нас спрятаны в начале боди. Это не так, да, don't fall for it. Бывает всякое, нету никакого здесь паттерна, тут просто так получилось. То есть, может быть, вот где угодно этот может быть перефразирован хединг, но самое главное, что это не весь боди, а какая-нибудь строчка, может быть, одна, да, и там в ней вот весь ваш боди, весь ваш хединг был уже перефразирован. Окей, давайте последнее посмотрим по хедингам. Жду ваш ответ на G. Угу. Да, молодцы, вы хорошо сегодня справились на самом деле. В том, что это третий текст. Это третий текст. Это не так просто, на самом деле, мэчить headings в третьем тексте. Мгм. Диана, nice. Let's read the heading.
The possible need for fundamental change in every area of business, of businesses.
Мгм.
Boards of companies in all sectors will need to widen their perspective to encompass these issues, and this may involve a
Realignment, yeah, realignment.
realignment of corporate goals.
Mhm. Right. What helped you? Maybe some words helped you.
Yes. In every area of businesses, it's in all sectors,
Yeah.
companies in all sectors.
Yeah. Companies in all sectors. Perfect. Yeah, that also helped me, when I was doing it. About in every area of business, companies in all sectors. Definitely. And what about this possible need for fundamental change?
Fundamental change is need to widen their perspective.
Mhm.
And possible, maybe these may involve
Yeah, involve what?
realignment of corporate goals.
Yeah, realignment, right? If something aligns with something, it runs in parallel, like they are in sync. If something is, for example, if something is closely aligned, maybe there is a company, and this company's goals are closely aligned with their progress of the market. It means that they run in parallel, they go in the same direction, like they follow the same path, they are in sync, то есть они как бы синхронизированы, да, то есть они в одном направлении двигаются. То есть, видите, нам нужно realignment of corporate goals, то есть нам нужно будет изменить направление, да, то есть немножко перестроить corporate goals. Окей? Это как раз таки будет про fundamental change. Что это possible? Possible, это, конечно же, будет may. Окей? Окей, давайте теперь быстренько разбираться с другими. Давайте yes or not given по 2. 34, 35.